Just a quick video to show how to create a slideshow. As a photographer, there have been a few times when I've needed to know how to create a slideshow, and I have used various programs, but I do find that one of the easiest programs to use, especially for a very simple, clean slideshow, is Lightroom. Because I use Lightroom for a lot of my post editing anyway, then again it just becomes part of that process, so it just makes it really easy. So if you go ahead and open up Lightroom, open the images or import the images that you want to include in your slideshow. I'll do Control and A to select them all. Sorry, Command and A to select them all. Still used to a PC with Command. Click on this slideshow module. And all the images that you have highlighted should be in that module. You can click Preview straight away, which will basically revert back to whatever your last settings were, so you can kind of see what my last settings were. These are just some images that I took from London Fashion Week. You can see that it's a very clean slideshow, no fancy transitions or anything like that, simple fades. It gives you the time in terms of how long each slide will stay on for and how long the transition of the fade will take as well. If we just scroll up here, I'll just show you some of the options. Some of the options that I use, for example, an identity plate. Let me just pause this. An identity plate, which will give you an identity plate that should actually be in this top corner. Let's see what's happening with that. A background image. Sorry, that's what I need to do. I needed to stop that in order to see these changes. A background image, which will put an image behind your whole slideshow, such as this. Let me show you this again, just previewing that. So there you can see what that looks like. I'm going to pause that and stop it again in order to see the changes. In this particular case, I'm not too taken with the background image, so I'll take that off. We'll go back to the identity plate. You can see in this corner here, I can toggle on and off to have an identity plate on or not. As I've already got watermarks on these images, I think an identity plate would be a bit too much, so I won't be putting on an identity plate on this particular one. You can also change the background colour of your slideshow using this here. As you can see, I prefer it to just be nice and clean and black, so we'll leave that like that. You can also add an intro screen, which is what you may have saw at the start of the video, which is this for myself. So that will be my intro screen. Again, it's just my logo. You can also add a similar thing with an end screen as well. And you can use either a graphic or wording for that end screen. You can add music. Again, you just select the music from wherever it's held on your computer using that particular tab there. If you do add music, you can ask or get Lightroom to actually fit the images to the music with this particular tab here. The difference between preview and play: preview will preview it in a small window with Lightroom, with all the menus of Lightroom still around. And let me just stop that. And play will actually create a full screen preview for you to see how your slideshow will look. So I'm just pressing escape to escape that. Now, in order to actually create your Lightroom, so now that you've actually decided what it will look like, in order to actually export it so that you may be able to email it to people or to clients, or put it on a YouTube channel, or whatever it is that you aim to do with your slideshow, put it on a USB, etc. It's as easy as this. Literally, exporting it to video, choosing what size video that you want to export it at. Obviously, the larger the size, the longer it will take to render. So I'm just going to keep this at 720. I'm going to export this. Let me give it a name. London Fashion Week slideshow. How to. And as you can see, as with all other actions in Lightroom, you will see an image, or I'm not even sure what to call it, but you will see this tab across here. You'll see something happening basically in Lightroom. When the action is completed, this line will come all the way across to the end, and that's when you know that your action has been completed in Lightroom. So we'll just give that some time to complete, and then I will show you what the finished slideshow looks like. We can now see that this is now completed. This task manager has disappeared. So we should be able to go to the desktop now and find the slideshow, which is just here. So I'm just going to click on this and press the space bar in order to play this. So you can see this is the slideshow that has been created. Oh, you can see there that I forgot to take the identity plate off when I was experimenting with some of the changes, but it does show you on the video how to do this. And that's it, and that's how we can easily create a slideshow that's quick and easy and free on the software that you probably already have on your computer. Hope that helps, guys. Thanks.